What's up, guys? NBA Talk here with the last video of the night. Well, is about to finish right now. The Golden State Warriors just bodied the Houston Rockets again. Bradley got blocked. Boy, oh boy, was this a meltdown towards the end. That is, the Houston Rockets actually competed against the Golden State Warriors. Of course, if you don't know, Golden State Warriors is dealing without Stephen Curry. He's dealing with an ankle injury that he suffered during the last game one of the series. Sean Livingston filled the role, and he really filled the role. Uh, the Houston Rockets competed as they should be. They took advantage of the matchup. Um, Without the best player in the NBA so far, they competed. However, Golden State was able to pull it out towards the end. Actually, Golden State Warriors had it for the most of the night. The Houston Rockets only had one time in the lead this entire game. So my mistake. Seems like Houston never had a chance whatsoever. So much involved. I love Sean Livingston now. He is a good player. He filled the role very well. Um, we have other people who stepped up. Andre Iguodala stepped up big time. Andrew Bogut stepped up big time. Draymond Green stepped up big time. Harrison Barnes struggled a little bit in the offense wise, but defensive wise, he had a strong help into it. Um, Klay Thompson, of course, he decided to step up as the leader and put on the show. There was so much elements involved in this. Patrick Beverly, he had a decent game, but not a strong game. Going, especially late in the fourth. James Harden was in foul trouble. So was Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard. Um, is official. Is truly official. Dwight Howard needs to go. He needs to leave Houston. Yeah, I know that is pretty much obvious, but seriously, the way how it's pretty much he was a complete non-factor in this game. It's pretty much a system is truly against Dwight Howard, regardless he wants to try to play or not. Whether he puts his seriousness into this game or not, this system works against him. You having James Harden holding the ball for so long. The ball does never seems to get into his hands. Never enough put in his hands so he could post up. Because I've said it before, the more times he posts up, the more times he takes shots, the better he gets. He's a guy that heats up at the time of the time. He just gets used to the defensive player, and then he starts to make buckets. He barely gets 10 a night. He has 7 shots tonight. So the game just ended 115 to 106. So let's look at the stats. Trevor Ariza, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. He had a good defensive game. Monte Junis, he struggled, just like last game. Well, he wasn't like pretty much going ballistic, being frustrated. It just was not happening. He didn't have the time. They didn't give him the time to get frustrated. Dwight Howard had 12 points and 10 rebounds and 4 assists and 2 block shots. He fouled out in the fourth quarter in the most terrible time where there was still time for them to come back. When he came off the floor, it was a wrap. It was strictly a wrap. He was defending the ball. He was getting his get his shots blocked. He needs to go. He needs to get out of here. He needs to go back to Orlando where he should have been. Dang, man. He needs to go back to Orlando or somewhere else. Not my Knicks though. No, we already got our center. Um, Dwight Howard just needs to get out of Houston. It's just not working for him. This system is just not working for him. James Harden was struggling tonight. 28 points, 7 out of 19 shooting, which is not really that bad at all. He got to the foul line as he should have because last game he didn't go to the free throw line at all. But this time he got to it frequently, and which was a very hassle for the Golden State Warriors. But he had 11 assists, but the turnovers were very bad, especially late because he turned the ball a couple of times in the fourth. 5 overall turnovers. Patrick Beverly tried to do the best he can to be they a pest, trying to get all over the point guard Sean Livingston. It was just not working. Livingston was putting up points, getting into the paint a lot, which I will get into the Golden State Warriors. 13 points from Patrick Beverly, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 block shots. He was a pest in certain areas, but not all the time. We look to the bench. You have 9 points from Josh Smith, 13 points from Jason Terry with 3 out of 5 from the 3-point line. You have 10 points from Beasley. At least they're trusting their bench more. They're giving them more minutes because they didn't have much minutes last time. Michael Beasley, he played, but everyone else just sucked. So 44% overall from the team. 40% from the 3-point range is not that bad at all. 21 assists. 34 personal fouls. That was one of the biggest issues because they were in foul trouble big time. Corey Brewer and Dwight Howard were one of them. The turnovers were bad in the fourth quarter, which led into the team's demise. 19 turnovers overall. So let's get into the Golden State Warriors. Harrison Barnes struggled on offense, but he was aggressive on offense, but it was just not falling. 1 out of 10 shooting, only 6 points, but he still competed on defensive end, so that's pretty good for him. Draymond Green competed defensively as well. He made 12 points, 8 assists, and 14 rebounds, and a block shot and 2 steals. Pretty much the norm for Draymond Green. So big ups to Draymond Green. He doing his job, being the enforcer, getting everybody pumped, just doing his job. Same goes for Andrew Bogut. He's doing his job as well. Not having to put so much minutes on him. This is his most minutes I've seen so far. 27 minutes, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 block shots, and a steal. Phenomenal. 34 points from Klay Thompson, 3 out of 8 from the 3-point range, 15 out of 16 from the free throw line. Just perfect. Just what they needed. Just what they needed. Big time points from Klay Thompson. Big step up from him. 16 points from Sean Livingston. This guy is good. He's good in the post, which is crazy because, of course, he has the height. And I said it in a previous video that he has the height advantage over Patrick Beverly. Regardless of how many times he pesters him, and he does pester him a lot, the post cancel that out pretty quickly. And also he gets into the rim, get into the paint real quick with his slashing. The drives was killing the Houston Rockets as well because Klay Thompson was getting in. Sean Livingston was getting in. I think Barbosa was getting into. Andre Iguodala was getting in too, as well. Just people just driving into the paint, just getting good looks into the paint. Speaking of Andre Iguodala, he had 18 points, which is huge. 4 out of 6, huge from the 3-point range. You have Barbosa giving you 6 points and 4 points from Ezeli and 9 points from Spays. So 49% from the field overall, 34% for the 3 point range, 39 rebounds, 27 assists, 10 steals, 6 block shots, only 12 turnovers. So that's it. Um, that's it for the Golden State Warriors home court 2 home court games so far. First game 1 and game 2. Um, we go to Houston now. Um, hopefully they can play a lot better because if they lose again, just a wrap. Just give it up. If they lose this next game, it's over. Which I expect them to lose because, gosh, man. So tomorrow, which is today, Boston Celtics versus Atlanta Hawks. They're dealing. Boston is dealing with Bradley being out for the season. For the series, so this is going to be a crucial moment for the Boston Celtics. You have then Memphis Grizzlies versus San Antonio Spurs, where San Antonio Spurs just demolished them last time. Let's see what happens this time. So that's it for me. I'll check you later. So peace out.